Hello friends and my dear students, as we are studying mechanical vibration, which is in the third year of sixth semester BTech Mechanical Engineering curriculum of Rajasthan Technical University. We have studied the initial topics of this particular curriculum, in which we have studied about this introduction of sound topic, introduction of noise related topics we have studied. We have studied about introduction of vibration in the previous videos. You can go through to our Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel. We have also studied about undamped single degree freedom system. We have studied about D'Alembert's law, principle of conservation of energy, and in the last topic we have studied about compound pendulum. So today we are going to start this damped vibration of single degree freedom system, okay, which will be followed by the vibration characteristics of Coulomb damped system and vibration characteristics of hysteretic damped system. Okay, so we will try to start with this particular topic of damped vibration. Okay, so let's see what do we understand by this damped vibration. So as you can see here, that in damped vibration the friction does not equals to zero, means there will be some kind of friction will be there in the vibration system. Okay, next, as you can see in the picture, instead of only spring and mass, there is another particular part which is called as damper. Okay, and damper consists of a damping element which will be evaluated with the help of damped force, and in which there will be a term of coefficient of damping which will be depicted by C. So according to the D'Alembert principle, if we will apply, so instead of only two forces which are spring force and due to this mass, only two forces was there previously when this damper was not there. But here in this damped system, when kinetic energy is converted into potential energy, one continuously occurring phenomena, means friction, will lose some kind of energy. Means when this energy is going to transfer, means this kinetic energy is converted into potential energy, then some kind of energy will be loosed out or drained out with the help of friction. That is due to the damper. So the rate of change of displacement is directly proportional to friction. That's why this C, which is coefficient of friction, that's why C x dot, not Cx. Okay, that's why this particular factor will be depicted as Cx dot, not Cx, which is damping force. Okay, x dot is your velocity and C is your what? C is your coefficient of damping. So now in this picture, or in this kind of damped system, there are total three forces, and if we will apply the D'Alembert principle and see the direction of the forces applies, then this is the moment of inertia, and opposite to the moment of inertia, this is Sx, which is spring force, Cx dot, which is your damping force, and Mx double dot, which is your force due to the mass. Okay, or gravitational force you can say. So according to, if you sum up all those forces and equate it to the zero, then it will be your energy conservation principle, or you can say you are applying the D'Alembert's principle. So with the help of that, you may get a second order differential equation as x double dot plus Cym into x dot plus omega n square x. Okay, so for second order differential equation, just try to go to your mathematics book and search it out, that what are the possible solutions for the second order differential equation. Then you will get to know that for this there are two kinds of solutions, like this x double dot, x dot and x. So the solution will be of this variable x. So x is equals to a e to the power alpha 1 t plus b e to the power alpha 2 t, when alpha 1 and alpha 2 are different. If this alpha 1 and alpha 2 are equals to alpha, then you can say your solution will be rewritten as x is equals to a plus bt into e to the power alpha t, where a and b are constant, which can be find out with the help of initial conditions. Okay, and alpha 1 and alpha 2 are the roots. So if you will put those roots alpha 1 and alpha 2 as alpha over here in this equation, then it can be rewritten as alpha square plus Cym into alpha and omega n square is equals to 0. In this equation you have to write it down. Okay, then you can calculate alpha 1 and alpha 2 with the help of mathematics formula, and this will be rewritten as c minus c by 2m plus minus under root c by 2m whole square minus omega n square. Now we have to find out few factors. Okay, as you know that alpha 1 alpha 2 are can be rewritten with this formula. So there is a term, means friction, or you can say damping term, cy2m is more dominating as compared to the spring term, which is omega n square, because friction is the cause to reduce the vibration. So friction here is reducing the vibration, so that's why it is more dominating term. So we are just keeping it on the upper side, and on the lower side it is omega n square, and this whole factor is called as degree of dampness. And if you will take the under root, or you can say square root, okay, then that square root of this particular whole term will be called as damping factor or damping ratio, and depicted as zeta. Okay, so note this particular term, this is called as zeta, a Greek word. Okay, so this will be equals, if you will rewrite is, then it will be as c divided by 2 under root sm, or you can also recall it as c by 2m whole square divided by omega n square. This is equals to zeta. So if you will multiply 2n omega n, then it will be rewritten as 2 multiplied by zeta value is 2 under root 2 divided by 2 under root sm, while omega n is under root sm. Then this will be equals to c by m, means instead of this c by m in the equation, this is c by m, we can also write it like this, 2 zeta omega n. Then your equation will be rewritten as x double dot plus 2 zeta omega n into x dot plus omega n square equals to 0, because your this value, this is omega n square, and c by m is will become as 2 zeta omega n. Okay, so for the solution of this equation can be rewritten as this. So instead of before we have kept it as alpha 1 and alpha 2, when we have calculated, we have rewritten as c by 2m, while here we will write it down as zeta omega n and zeta omega n. So your alpha 1 and alpha 2 will be calculated as minus zeta plus minus under root zeta square minus 1 into omega n. So this is all about the calculation of those alpha 1 and alpha 2 factors. Now if your zeta is greater than 1, okay, then that particular system will be called as your over damped system, means no vibration. If your zeta is equals to 1, then it is called as critically damped system, means no vibration. And if it is less than 1, then it is under damped, means your vibrations are not saturated up to the level. That means there will be some kind of vibrations in the picture, will be there in the vibration system, means there will be some vibration in the system if zeta is less than 1. So in this way we can say that your system is over damped, critically damped, or under damped with the help of this particular calculation. Or we have to see this g value of zeta, which is c divided by 2 under root sm. Okay, in this way you will get various short answer numericals. You can go through it either with your competitive exam books or maybe your university exams. We will also cover the all these over damped, critically damped, and under damped system in detail in upcoming videos. Okay, meanwhile, whatever doubts you have, you just do the comment up down side of this video, and if you have any kind of further query, just feel free to ask or contact us. Thank you so much for your patience listening. We will come with the next topic of this series of damped system in the mechanical vibration in upcoming sessions. Meanwhile, do subscribe our Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel for more such updates about different branches of engineering and different curriculum related to the Rajasthan Technical University Bachelor of Technology. Thank you so much for your patience hearing. Thank you so much.